Diamond Coat's Woodmark collection is built on nickel gap siding. Nickel gap siding can be installed both vertically and horizontally. It includes a built-in fastener groove for blind nail application. Nickel gap siding must be installed at least 6 inches from finished grade. Ensure the WRB extends down to the foundation to maintain separation between the foundation and the back of the siding. Diamond Coat recommends using our rabbeted outside corner and trim with nickel gap siding. Allow for a 3/16 inch gap at the siding to trim intersections. For horizontal applications, begin by popping a line to start your bottom row of siding. Do this by measuring up 8 inches from the bottom of the outside corner to set the top of the siding. Once you have your line, begin installing siding, nailing at one end of the panel and working your way to the other end. Diamond Coat recommends that each fastener hit a stud, with the stud spacing not exceeding 24 inches on center. Diamond Coat placed hash marks along the top of the board to help with accurate nail placement. Do not overdrive nail heads. Ensure your fastener is flush with the nailing flange as to not interfere with the successive courses of siding. The siding has been manufactured to remove a section of the flange on the back of the siding to accommodate flashing at the butt joint. Diamond Coat requires the use of pan flashing for butt joints and does not recommend the use of caulk. Do not nail the end of the siding to allow for pan flashing to be installed. To install the pan flashing, slide it into place from the unfastened end of the panel. Finish by nailing the end of the siding 3/8 of an inch from the end in the fastening groove. Continue installing subsequent courses of siding, cutting with the face up and staggering the butt joints a minimum of 16 inches. A 3/16 inch gap is required between butt joints. You should create the gap by inserting your speed square between the two pieces of siding. Butt joints should occur over studs. To ensure the siding is firmly seated, use a block or pull bar to tap it into place. Create a block by cutting a section of nickel gap siding. Remove the top nailing flange to create a flat surface. Rest the block on the top flange and firmly tap siding into place. Be careful not to damage the top flange while tapping the siding into place. The top flange must be ripped at the top of the wall where the siding meets the soffit or frieze board. For proper touch-up procedure, follow the Diamond Coat touch-up paint install video. For vertical installation, nickel gap siding must be installed over minimum 7/16 inch structural sheathing. The nail should be long enough to penetrate the sheathing by 1/4 of an inch. Start by inserting the first piece of nickel gap siding into the rabbeted trim or corner channel, ensuring the siding lightly touches the back of the pocket. Fasten the panel through the fastening groove. Fasteners should be placed no more than 24 inches along the fastener groove. Ensure your fastener is flush with the nailing flange as to not interfere with the successive course of siding. Do not overdrive nail heads. Continue installing subsequent courses of siding. To ensure the siding is firmly seated, use a block or pull bar to tap it into place. Rest the block on the top flange and firmly tap siding into place. Be careful not to damage the top flange while tapping the siding into place. The top flange must be removed when installing the finishing piece into the rabbeted corner or trim. For proper touch-up procedure, follow the Diamond Coat touch-up paint install video. When installing more than one panel high, use Diamond Coat Z-flashing to transition to the next piece. Be sure to leave the required 3/8 inch gap between the Z-flashing and the bottom of the siding. Due to expected plate shrinkage, each vertical application of nickel gap cannot span beyond one floor to ceiling distance or one floor to top of gable distance. The exception is residing existing structures. For installation instructions on nickel gap siding and all other Diamond Coat products, visit the Technical Center on diamondcoatsiding.com. Thanks for watching.